Awesome Radio, 89.3 FM now, Baba. Come and see West Radio, come and see Bebe. 89.3 FM now, you be your girl. The news that is suitable, entertainment that makes you happy, sport, education and family affairs. Come and see West Radio, come and see Bebe. 89.3 FM now, you be your girl. Come and see West Radio, your preferred awesome radio. 89.3 FM now, Baba. Come and see West Radio, come and see Bebe. 89.3 FM now, you be your girl.
West Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio.
Welcome. This is another morning. Today, Wednesday, the 26th of August, 2026. It is another Wednesday and definitely another time to talk about issues that concern us as Nigerians. Welcome this morning to Perspectives Unlimited. Perspectives Unlimited is that platform where we go beyond the news to help you make sense of some of the stories across our various national dailies, and in a bid to keep you abreast about happenings across Nigeria and beyond. So this morning again, I welcome you to the show as the world mourns the great country musician Dolly Parton, who passed away yesterday at the age of 80. It's really sad. I've seen quite a number of tributes pouring in for her. We do hope that she rests in perfect peace. All right, let's check out the front pages across some of our national dailies this morning. My name is Toluwaleke. Alli. On the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning, above the masthead, Tinubu orders reconstruction of Benin bypass. Others. And the story is on page 2 this morning. And also on page 2, governors spend 512 billion naira on travels offices. Check out page 2 of the Punch newspaper to read more on that. Dolly Parton, U.S. lowers flags for 1 week. That's on page 13 with a picture of the legendary musician right beside it. Trump moves to revoke nearly 200,000 asylum seekers' visas. That's on page 14. And the lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning, 19 oil block licenses to expire this year. And it has 3 riders, 12 PPLs, 7 OPLs affected as tenure dates near. NUPRC mulls extensions for some expiring oil concessions. Expiry schedule cuts across onshore, offshore oil licenses. And the story is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Idil Maulud, Tinubu, governors can preach peace, tolerance, and this story is on page 13 with a pictorial image of Muslim faithful during the Eid al-Maulud celebration in Agege, Lagos yesterday. State's IGR soars 34% despite economic hardship. That's on page 20. Police burst Ogun baby factory, rescue pregnant women, children. To read more on that story, check out pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Drug lords' assets must be seized. That's according to Marwa, and it's on page 10. Moving on to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper for this morning. Crude imports by domestic refineries jump 151.5% in July. That's according to the NMDPRA. And it's on page 19. Dolly Parton, U.S. country music legend, dies at 80. And that story is on page 7. On page 12, 2027, why coalition failed to pick single presidential candidate. That's according to Amechi. The lead story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Highways of horror. Motorists will spend 4 days on Benin Asaba Road, and it has 3 riders. Recount ordeal. Federal government to review concessioned roads. Apologizes to Nigerians. And the story is on page 5 with pictorial images of how horrible the state of the road is. 2027 presidency. ACF, PANDEF, MBF demand scrutiny of candidates' history. And it has a rider. Background checks raise moral issues, but law remains supreme. That's according to Afeni Ferry, and it's on page 26. Idul Maulud, Tinubu, governors, PDP, others preach peace, unity. That's on page 13. Drug war, Marwa seeks global action to seize traffickers' wealth. That's also on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. U.S. plans revocation of 200,000 visas of asylum seekers. And that's on page 9. And the final story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Nigeria fights to save 1.4 trillion naira agro exports. And it has 2 riders. We are 80% ready. That's according to exporters. The federal government struggles with its role. And that's on page 3. On the front page of the Guardian newspaper for this morning, Obi Atiku challenged Tinubu on proxy campaigns, presidential debate. That's on page 3. NDLEA apps on asset forfeiture to discourage crime. That's on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper. Tinubu, Jonathan, Diri, Dixon, Abba unite on merit, integrity in public service. That's on page 3. Federal government hastens police reform to douse self-help plot in communities. And that's on page 6. South Africa, 65 Nigerians to return by private sponsorship today. Check out page 4 for more on that story. Manufacturers count costs, begin adjustments to sachet alcohol ban. That's on page 20. Osinbajo, Falana, advocate citizen-centered pro-democracy reforms in judiciary. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Anxiety over attacks on Osun State local councils, motor parks as parties trade blame. And that's on page 5. Benin Asaba gridlock, Umahi accuses contractor of incompetence. To read more of that story, check out page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. And on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning, above the masthead, Ibadan Ijebu-Ode Road reconstruction flag off. APM slams federal government for not inviting Makinde. And it has a rider claims Tinubu scared over your governor's popularity performance. That's on page 23. And the rather unfortunate 143 feared killed, several abducted. A terrorist lays siege to 5 Niger communities. And it has 2 riders. Tinubu condemns killing, mass abduction, orders immediate rescue. Says terror cannot cow Nigeria. That's on page 13. The late story, 2027, Atiku to boycott debate unless Tinubu joins. That's according to the ADC, and it has a rider challenge presidency to debate on petrol subsidy removal. And that's on page 22. Nigeria ranks 56th among world's poorest countries by GDP. That's according to the Global Finance magazine. And that story is on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning. U.S. hails Dangote refinery as Nigeria's petroleum exports surge 7 times. That's also on page 7. And still on that page 7, Nigeria's petrol consumption declined by 25% to 35.7 million barrels per day in July 2026. That's according to the NMDPRA. And it's also on page 7. Federal government begins repairs as a minister visits Oye-Ekiti Ilupeju Kaba Road. And it has 2 riders. Benin Asaba Expressway. Motorists resort to forest roads. Omahi blames concessionaire. And that's on page 5. To be defeated, drug barons must lose their rewards, Marwa declares at Cambridge. And that's on page 3. NFIU received over 28 million reports on transactions involving politically exposed persons in 2025. And that's on page 3. And at the health column on page 5, dirty air may trigger rheumatoid arthritis flare-ups. That's according to a study. That's all on the front pages across some of our national dailies this morning. Do not forget you can watch us live on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. And on YouTube at Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Across various radio directories at Wells Radio 89.3 FM. And on our website www.wellsradio893.com. Joining me this morning in the conversation is our analyst, Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning, Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Tolu.
All right, welcome to the show this morning. Okay, let us begin with the story in the Punch newspaper for today. Governors spend 512 billion naira on travels, offices. 33 state governments spent at least 512.10 billion naira on government houses, governors' offices, and travel and transport in the first 6 months of 2026. An amount about 4,713 times higher than the combined 6-month salary of Nigerians' 36 governors. An analysis of state budget implementation reports has shown on Monday. The analysis showed that while a governor's stated monthly salary of 503,000 naira translates to 3.018 million naira over 6 months, the combined 6-month salaries of all 36 governors would amount to just 108.65 million naira. Against this, the available records showed that 420.01 billion naira was identified on the Government House, Governor's Office, and related executive administration expenditure, while another 92.09 billion naira was spent on the travel and transport budget heads. The combined amount stood at 512.10 billion naira. The 6-month salary of all 36 governors, therefore, represented only 0.02% of the identified expenditure on executive offices and travel. And this figure offers a striking contrast to the ongoing debate over the official salaries of Nigerian governors. The Delta State Governor, Sheriff Oborevori, recently said his monthly salary was 503,000 naira, arguing that some senior civil servants, including permanent secretaries, earn 900,000 naira monthly, more than state governors. But an analysis of the cost of maintaining offices occupied by governors shows that their salaries represent only a fraction of the wider public expenditure and perks associated with the offices. While the personal salary of a governor may appear modest compared with the salaries of some senior public servants, the analysis shows the wider cost of maintaining the executive office runs into hundreds of billions of naira. Now, the figure is not the personal income of governors. Government House and Governor's Office budget heads cover the broad range of office expenses, including administrative operations, staff, protocol, maintenance, official residences, utilities, security-related activities, state functions, and other expenditure required to run the executive arm of government. And similarly, the travel and transport spending also covers official, local, and foreign trips, transportation, and related expenses across the wider public service of the state. Now, the analysis is based off a budget implementation report for the first and second quarters of 2026, which, of course, is on the identifiable government house, governor's office, and the executive administration expenditure. Now, the states that had complete data, Abia, Adamawa, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Cross River, Ebonyi, Ekiti, Enugu, Gombe, Imo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kogi, Kwara, Lagos, Nasarawa, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Oyo, Plateau, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe, and Zamfara. But comparable data were not available for Edo, Osun, and Rivers. And this only means that the figure that we have right now, the 512 billion naira, covers those 33 states that are called. So the remaining 3 states, their own data is in there. So we cannot say that that is actually the figure that we can place on this. As much as possible, we've talked again and again about cutting down on governance cost in Nigeria.
Tolu, what you are saying is, I don't know whether you have read Orosonya report. If you have not, it's about scaling down the workforce, which many governments threw away to the dustbin. Nothing was done about it. Now, Nigerians can now see where the money we saved from removal of all subsidy has gone to. Sanwo-Olu of Lagos told Nigerians that they receive triple now what they've been receiving. And when you give people such amount of money, what do you expect them to do? They'll be traveling as they like. They become Ajala. Ajala travel all over the world. Some of them may travel to England to go to toilets, go to Germany to bath, and go to Thailand to go and wear their clothes because there's no accountability. You see, Tolu, I keep saying this thing. We are not ready to have a country. We are not ready. Both the leaders and the led are deceiving themselves. If we are ready to have a country, Tolu, laws, there are some things we must do. There must be accountability. If you are in a public office, you must be accountable to the people, otherwise you go to jail. In a country where they give you people's money, you spend it as you like, there will be no development. I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it anywhere. Because look at the amount of money, just 6 months. Wasteful spending. This is the height of profligacy. Where are you they traveling? What have you brought? Now, if you check the internal revenue generated by these states, you will see that they are living there because look, if you check it now, you will see what each state is making.
Yes,
I'm coming.
So it has actually soared by 34%.
So there is no way you give, because when people know that they are not accountable to anybody, they are bound to misbehave. Tolu, and moreover, the kind of federal system of government we are running is feeding bottle federal system of government. It cannot take us anywhere. It will never. During the First Republic, when we had regions, do you think the premiers were spending like this? They will not, because people will ask you questions. But we claim to be running federal system of government, and what we are actually running is federal feeding bottle system of government, where the center is feeding the units. And it will take us nowhere, because when people will not spend the money you didn't work for, you won't know how to spend it. It is because of this profligacy of our governors. That is why somebody will go to Abuja and collect money, and what comes to his mind is to go and renovate cemetery. In a state where children are malnourished, in a state that has a high number of out-of-school children, in a state where healthcare is in shambles, in a state where roads are death traps, and somebody will take that money to go and renovate cemetery and tell you that the dead must be honored. Why, meanwhile, the living are crawling with a hunger and kwashiorkor and starvation. There is nothing more to say about this, because it shows that Nigeria itself, we are not ready to have a normal country. If we are ready to have a country, there is no way. Where are they going to? Where are they going to? Who are they going with? Why are they spending this kind of money? Because it's a bazaar. Do as you like, because nobody will ask you question. And in a system where people don't ask question, there will be no Tolu. We are just moving around the circle. This is we are talking, we are just deceiving ourselves. Go to normal countries. You are in office. They give you money, people's money, and you spend it anyhow. You go to jail. Google how many presidents, how many elected office holders that have gone to jail in different countries because they put their money, they put their hands into what they are not supposed to do. But in Nigeria here, that's why people are dying to become politicians. Once you are a politician, you are made. Imagine a country where you will serve 4 years as a governor, and you have house in Abuja. You have anything, anywhere you want. You have cars, you have gardeners, you have everything. But somebody will serve for 35 years, and you are giving him 50,000 naira, and you cannot even give him that money. Is that a normal country? And people are parading as leaders? Is that a normal country? It's not a normal country. So and this thing that you just said now that governors are spending is even the tip of the iceberg. If you look deep, what they are spending in the states, the oil subsidy was removed so that we have. Look at what you just said now. Bini Abo Asaba Road, the Minister of Works, the Almighty Minister of Works, is now blaming the contractors. Are you not the one that brought them? Am I the one that employed the contractors? Is he not the one that employed them? Didn't you know that they cannot handle the project, and you gave it to them? And we are building coastal highway with humongous amount of money. Meanwhile, the roads that are inside Nigeria are not well done. We are building coastal highway. Who knows the years? That one will be in use. To misplace priorities because the country has no vision. You may have leaders, you may have money, you may have everything. If you don't have vision, you are going nowhere. What is the vision of Nigeria? I'll call our leaders now. Where are you taking Nigeria to? They are taking us to nowhere. If you are driving on a road where there's no signpost, you are going to nowhere. Nigeria has no vision. Gone are the days where our leaders had vision. They know where they're taking us to. Call one of our leaders. Where are you taking Nigeria to? Where are you taking the states to? They don't have any ambition. It's just to be in office. Bucket list. Yes, I was once this. I was once that. And they stay there. They hang us on. Feed the hangers on. Multiply poverty. Don't give people ask what they want, because nobody is going to ask you question. How many Nigerians will go and ask? We have been told to go and ask our governors question about how they are spending the money. Will you go to your governor and be asking him? Because there is no mechanism for citizens to participate in the governance of their country. We are not participating. No. We are just here. Just watch now. During the time for election, you'll be hearing is their civic responsibility to go and choose their leader. Are we choosing our leaders? The ones we have chosen, what have they done with us? That's absolute rubbish. Look at the amount of money governors are spending. And yet, some of the people in those states, go and check. Nothing is working. And you are spending that money just traveling. Just to travel, to go around. Where are they going to? Are they going to where are they flying to the moon? Are they using spacecraft? Where are they going to? Because these things are happening because we don't yet have a country. We don't have a vision. We don't know where we are going to. That's why it is happening. And the people themselves don't even know what it means to be a citizen. Because I keep quoting what George Orwell said. George Orwell, the famous man who wrote Animal Farm, he said, a country where leaders are afraid of the people, that country will prosper. Because you'll be afraid of spending their money. He said, but in a country where the people are afraid of their leaders, that country will be in jeopardy. That's where we are in Nigeria.
All right, this is Perspectives Unlimited on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. We'll go on a commercial break now. When we come back, the conversation continues. Stay tuned.
Wholesome Radio.
Every child deserves a chance to thrive no matter their ability. This August, the Special Needs Awareness Summit comes to Ibadan with the theme Empowering Special Needs Children for an Independent Tomorrow. Join us Saturday, 29th August, 10 a.m. prompt at Pistos Hub, number 2, Olani Yonfagbemi Street, off Mobi Bus Stop, Ring Road, Ibadan. Hear from Dr. Tosin Babalola joining us from Manchester, Mrs. Mobolaji Idowu, founder of Kidley Space Ibadan, and Esther Emmanuel, coordinator for Bloom Right Learning Support. It's completely free, but registration is required, and there is more. Free professional assessment bookings available on the day, but slots are limited. Visit our Instagram page at snaz_365 for the booking link, or call 0705 426 4991 now. The Special Needs Awareness Summit 2026, proudly brought to you in partnership with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Awareness, inclusion, acceptance.
Thinking of an all-in-one digital platform that fits your lifestyle and makes everyday payments simple, reliable, and fast?
Oh, wow! Yes, please.
Allow me introduce you to BillStation, your one-stop digital payment solution for individuals and businesses. Built to simplify payments and services for millions across Africa. With BillStation, you can buy cheap airtime and data, pay electricity bills, send money instantly, make online payments, and book flights and hotels. Enjoy our overseas airport pickup services, interstate bus ticket sales, and event tickets, all on BillStation. Fast, simple, reliable.
Wow, that's amazing.
Visit www.thebillstation.com. Download the BillStation app on the Apple App Store or Android Google Play and get welcome bonuses when you sign up. Enjoy fast customer support and a seamless user experience every time. Get in touch with us today.
Email thebillstation175@gmail.com or sales@thebillstation.com.
WhatsApp 091 6858 1914. Bill Station. Your world, your money, one station.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Perspectives Unlimited on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Let's move on to the story in the Vanguard newspaper this morning. 2027 presidency, ACF, PANDEF, MBF demand scrutiny of candidates' history. And then it has a couple of riders. ACF, if you want to lead Nigeria, your past must be clear. According to PANDEF, it is right, proper to bear your life journey. Contestants must present scorecards, not promises. That's according to MPF. Background checks raise moral issues, but law remains supreme. That's according to Afeni Ferry. I'll take some of that story. Ahead of the 2027 general elections, prominent socio-political organizations yesterday threw their weight behind calls for presidential candidates and other politicians seeking elective offices to open up their past for public scrutiny, saying Nigerians had the right to know the antecedents, educational background, integrity, and track records of those seeking their votes. The Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, which fired the salvo, said politicians aspiring to lead Nigeria must be prepared to account for their past, stressing that the issue of candidates' qualifications should go beyond the presentation of certificates to encompass the credibility, consistency, and transparency of their personal histories. Now, the position, however, triggered a wider debate on the balance between public scrutiny of the candidates' backgrounds, morality, legal qualification, and the ultimate responsibilities of voters to determine who should govern their country. Backing the ACF, the Pan-Niger Delta, Forum, PANDEF, and the Middle Belt Forum, MBF, said that Nigerians must examine the records of aspirants before entrusting them with political power. But the Afenifere General Secretary, Chief Ademola Folari, introduced a caveat, arguing that while interrogating candidates' backgrounds was desirable, moral judgments could be subjective and must ultimately give way for legal standards prescribed by the Constitution and other status. Now, over time, we've always had, when we have candidates come out, they're supposed to, declare, submit certain documents and let the public be aware of what they have done before. But it doesn't play out in Nigeria as much as it should. I remember that presently now, for instance, there's still back and forth in the US about the president's records. And the Chief of Defense Staff said that, the Minister of Defense, rather, said that this could be, it could put Nigeria under a very negative moral light.
That is pure rubbish. Absolute nonsense. You understand? Absolute nonsense. In a normal country, such statements should not be made. If they want to employ people in their companies, don't they ask people, what have you been doing with your life? Where are you coming from? Where did you school? When were you born? Don't they ask? These are people that are making this country look like an animal farm. That is absolute hogwash. You don't come out and spew such a thing. There is no normal country in the whole world where citizens have no right to know who wants to be their leader. Your background. Where were you born? Which year? Is it wrong for people to ask questions about their leader? How can we just be turning things upside down in this country and think that and that's why we keep on demarketing our nation and we call these people leaders? Imagine somebody coming out to say somebody's past should not be known because it will endanger lives. Which life will it endanger? It's not going to endanger any life. We must know who you want to be. If you want to employ people, you ask question, what is your name? Can we have your background? Where you worked? Is it a crime? We have normalized all abnormalities in this world. And somebody is coming out there to be talking rubbish. What is wrong with us asking, okay, you want to be our leader? Fine. Can we know your name? When were you born? Which school did you attend? I have my certificate. If you ask me to, I will bring it. I will tell you when I was born. Who am I? I will tell you my classmates. I will call them. Those who are alive, they will testify that yes, he schooled with us. Have you been to jail? I've not been to jail. Have you? You know, these are necessary questions. Why must it be that in Nigeria we look at our normal things and we turn it upside down and say no, it cannot be. It cannot be. Who told them? That's a normal. It's a normal thing to be done. Anyway, I read about a country, Singapore. There was time they were doing election. Do you know that they even asked a question down to whether you are broken traffic rule? Imagine. But in Nigeria here, the dirtier you are, the more electable you are. What a country! And we go to church and mosque and be asking God to come and help us. While we put on ourselves people that cannot take us anywhere. Look, Tolu, do you know that your shadow will follow you? If you have been crooked in your life, you will always be crooked. Your shadow leaves you only when you are in the dark. If the sun comes out, Tolu, go and experiment. Anywhere you go, your shadow will follow you. Why is it following you? Because it's your shadow. And anything you touch, if you are crooked, anything you touch will be crooked. There's no way, nothing good will come out of a crooked thing. You can't go to orange tree and you're looking for guava. No, it can't happen. You will always carry your baggages anywhere you go. That's why it is important that we scrutinize those who want to be our leaders. Are you a drunkard? So that you don't go and take an important decision under an influence and destroy lives. That is it. Are you a womanizer? So that people will not use women to come and get you. That is the reason why there must be everybody, DSS, and all the security operatives will scrutinize you very well. Are you foreign interest in Nigeria? To know whether you are truly going to represent Nigeria. But here, everything is just done haphazardly. We don't care. As far as, you know why we are saying these things? That's why I keep saying that if we want to have a country, we know what to do. What is the vision of Nigeria? There's no vision. Every ethnic group believes that. That's why Nigerians are not united that's why we don't have a common front. Imagine if we agree, all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria agree that before you become our president, irrespective of your religion or ethnic group, this is the standard we must meet. We don't have it. Because each group protects its own. Because it's from our side. Let us not ask him this kind of question. Bow and go. It is not done. When we have a country, and we know we have a country, and we are all united, and we all have a common front, if you want to be a leader of this country, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian or you don't even believe in God, this is the standard you must meet. If you don't meet that standard, people from your ethnic group will not come and be talking rubbish. Let's leave him, he's part of us. No. But because we don't have where we are going, everybody is going on his own. Anybody can come and become anything. That's the reason.
All right, be a part of the conversation this morning by calling the phone lines 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, or 0915-333-4893, 0915-333-4893. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Ologoyo.
Welcome to the show, sir.
I was at the Oshu relief of her job. Is it not because they went back to say her NYSC certificate was forged? Why is it now difficult for us to ask whoever is coming in to show that he actually acquired those qualifications that is presented before he's employed? If I apply to West Radio today for a job, will you not check my background? Will you not check my certificate? Will you not ask me where have I worked before? It is the masses that is accepting this rubbish from these people that is making Nigeria not to move forward. There are countries that you cannot present this type of statement and you remain in office. Let them continue destroying this country. The only thing I want to remind every one of us is that this wealth which God has permitted us to have now, is not going to continue forever. It's not an issue of praying that it should continue forever, then everybody say amen. That is not how it works. If you misuse it, you may not have it again. Let them continue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Tolu, there's something I want to add to what I said earlier. If you are traveling, Tolu, and you know you have like a luxurious bus, a lot of passengers, and the driver has problem with alcohol, will you enter that vehicle? You won't go. You won't enter it because it's a risk. Entering a vehicle where the man has problem with alcohol abuse. That's what we are saying. If somebody is morally degraded, why should he leave the country? There is nothing. Look, Tolu, God sees every country through the leader. Through the leader. Because that's why the good book says, if the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. If the wicked are on the throne, the people suffer. It's in the Bible. I didn't write the Bible. Because you will come with your baggages. Everything around, if you are polluted, everything around you will be polluted. You will attract, Tolu, people attract their likes. That's why I don't believe in cabal. If you are an honest person, you will attract honest people. If you are crooked, you will attract crooked people. That's the way life plays out. Because you can't attract what is not inside you. It is what is inside you that will gravitate towards people that will roll with. Simple.
Let's pick this call. Hello.
Good morning, West.
Hello, good morning.
Innocent.
Welcome to the
My
show.
wish is that people will be so passionate about the future of this nation. But it has not been happening. What caused the killing at the last killing of a killer is personal gain. So I wish and our prayer will be that people of personal gain will be sacked. Thank you, West Radio, for your concern.
Thank you. 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, or 0915-333-4893, 0915-333-4893. You can also call 0911-33-893, 0911-33-893. Those are the phone lines for you to call to be a part of the show this morning. Drop your WhatsApp messages on 0915 4999 893, 0915 4999 893. And you can also drop your comments on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page, at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. All right, let us check out this story in the Punch newspaper, okay, where Atiku disowns aid and insists, I will restore subsidy. African presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, Atiku Abubakar, has insisted that his position on subsidy has not changed, adding that it will restore it. Speaking on Tuesday when he received the Osun State leadership of the ADC in Abuja, Atiku disowned comments made by one of his media aides, Paul Ibe, during an interview on a television station, stating that he was not speaking on his authority. And he said that earlier, one of my press aides contradicted me in a policy statement as far as subsidy is concerned. We know that Atiku has been very vocal about restoring subsidy when he gets if elected in 2027. And so when the video of his aide surfaced online during a televised interview saying that he would only restore it for a certain period of time, then a lot of people started to say what exactly is going on. But now he has disowned the aide. Is it possible for his aide to say what is principle?
Yeah, we always have problem of semantics. The guy may not have understood his principle very well, before going to town, and that's the problem. If you are a mass communicator and you are not really Paul Ibe is a fine person, because he has been doing his bit. He has been in his work as the position as it demands. For Atiku to come out, it's good. He came out to correct. He did it his own to correct what the guy said, but the press will put it in his own as if there is he corrected him, and that's a good one. Atiku has been saying about restoring fuel subsidy. He didn't say he's not going to. He's not talking of restoration of fuel subsidy. In my own understanding of what he's saying, it's not that he will go holistically to restore it. He is saying that it will be removed in phases, which is the normal thing to do in a normal country. You don't remove it by fiat. You do it in phases because lives are involved. People depend on it. I gave example the other day, just like we have some countries that are where there's cold, and the elderly people, poor people depend on heating, on power to heat their homes, and all of a sudden you just woke up and remove the subsidy. What do you think will happen? Many people will die. And what we have the lifeline we have here in Nigeria is the oil. How will the common people enjoy what is in their country, if not through subsidy, if not by government subsidizing part of what the people are paying, so that the people will benefit? Now, part of the produce of this subsidy are what the governors are wasting in their jamboree, as in their traveling up and down. Has it benefited anybody in their state? No. That's part of the process of the oil fuel subsidy. But if it is well managed, the people will still enjoy without subjecting people to starvation and hunger that is ravaging the land. So, fuel subsidy, I support the removal, but it must be done in phases. I keep saying it. You don't wake up and do it just anyhow. No. You must put some things in place to cushion the effects of the subsidy removal. That's the way it is done in a normal country. But here, we do things the way, now we are talking of, can you even ask of knowing the history of our leaders? Is it a crime to know who want to lead us? It's not a crime, but we are making it to look like we are asking for too much. It's not. In Nigeria, is the only country where a man will say is 30 years and his first daughter is 50 years. How do you explain it?
0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, or 0911-3333-893. On Facebook, Taiwa Jao Gwati says, well done, basically, although he said that in Yoruba. Kende Ojawo said, Article subsidy reversal promise is acceptable. All right, thank you for your takes. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, or 0911-333-893. Let's take this last story before we round up for today. Drug lords' assets must be seized. That's according to Marwa. The chairman and chief executive officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired, has said that arrest alone cannot defeat drug trafficking without a corresponding effort to seize and recover proceeds of crime. And he said this in a statement that was made available by the spokesman of the agency. But a lot of people have said it's not just about seizing it. What do we do with those proceeds when we seize them?
Tolu, it's not just about seizing, it's about killing them. I support capital punishment for drug dealers because they are wasting lives. Tolu, do you know there are some countries, if they arrest you with drug, they will test your blood. If there's no trace of that drug in your blood, they will kill you. If you have a trace of it, they put you in jail. You rot away in jail. I support killing them, not just taking their assets. Kill them. So that, because people just take things for granted. Do you know, Tolu, if you come to work early in the morning, you pass through so many, I don't want to mention bus stops here. You pass through, you see a lot of young people that are destroyed. People that on the middle of the road, you see somebody that is shouting, drug. You see people behaving abnormally, drug. So people that are giving them these things, do they deserve to live? No. Do they deserve to enjoy the fruits of that evil business they are doing? No. If I'm in government, I will support death penalty for those who trade on drugs because they are destroying lives. Even people that do fake drugs, they are all the same thing. Imagine you carve a chalk in the name of pain relief as medicine, and somebody will swallow it. You are a murderer. So such people do not deserve to stay in a normal society. You kill them, just like we're supposed to kill terrorists. Now, because we are not killing them, that's why they're all over everywhere like mushrooms. So Baba Marwa is saying the right thing. I support him. Let these drug dealers, let the proceeds be seized and let them be killed as a deterrent to people who may want to venture into that deadly trade. You are destroying the society.
Okay, let's quickly talk to this person. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Please switch off your radio set. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. My name is Toluwaleke from Toluwaleke.
Welcome to the show, Boluwatife.
Yeah, I just want to give kudos to the man that is in studio there. Well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
And we know we get it right one day. That is just it. Because in Nigeria, we don't want to face reality. These people are not helping us. They are not helping us. They are killing us seriously. Well done, sir. Just want to give kudos to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, it's time for us to go.
Thank you very much, Tolu. May God save Nigeria.
Okay, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. The conversation definitely continues. Perspectives Unlimited returns again tomorrow at exactly 6:30 a.m. As I would always say, whatever it is that you do, wherever it is that you find yourself, always ensure that you put Nigeria out there in good light. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I am Toluwaleke Alli. Enjoy the rest of your day.